Hello Internet, Parag Dhawan here. We are on day 12, part 3 of our Kagas 30-day machine learning challenge. Herein we will solve exercise on handling missing values. In the first cell, we have set a code for checking whether our solution provided are correct or not. In this exercise, we will work on housing price competition of Kaggle Learn user dataset. We will divide the dataset in three parts. First is train set, second is validation set, third is test set to fit the model, then to improve the accuracy of the model using validation set, and third, finally, we will predict our results. In the next cell, we are reading the train file, test file, dividing the train file into train and validation set. So, in the first statement, we are importing pandas library as PD. From scikit-learn model selection module, we are importing a function train test split. We are reading the train.csv file and storing it in a data frame x full. Index of the data frame will be id column of the CSV file. In the next statement, we are reading the test.csv file, storing it in the data frame x test full. id column of the data frame will be used as an index of data frame. Now we are removing null values from the data frame. For removing null values from feature train data frame, we will call xfull.dropArray function, which will remove all the null values. In place is equal to true represents that we have to store the changes which are done on the data frame. In the next statement, we are segregating the predictor variable which is to be predicted in y. In the next cell, we are taking all the features in xfull data frame. So xfull.drop, we are dropping a column, sales price, because it is predictor column. Axis is equal to 1, in place is equal to true, means all the changes will be reflected on xfull data set. Here we are working on only numeric data, therefore we are creating a feature dataset X data frame. From xfull, we are selecting all the data types excluding object, means numeric features of our data frame will be used for creation of feature data frame X. Similarly, the columns which are non-numeric are removed from xtest dataset. So xtest full, we are selecting data types, exclude attribute is equal to object. All the object column will be excluded, rest of the column will be used for creation of xtest dataset. Now, using train test split function, we have feature data frame X, we have predictor variable as a pandas series Y, we are dividing train slate into 80-20 split. Random state is equal to 0 will reproduce the result every time if we run this statement on any machine. The randomly selected sample for 80% of train and 20% of validation will be seen, and they are stored in x train, x validate, y train, y validate. So we have from x full, x train, x validate, y train, y validate, and xtest full, xtest dataset. Click on the cell and run the cell to achieve this result. After dividing the data frame, we will see the first 5 rows of our data frame. This can be done using xtrain.head function. id is the index variable, rest of the features are displayed, and first 5 entries of all the features are displayed on the user screen. Now we will see do a primary investigation on our data frame. So we will see the shape of the data frame, which will print the number of rows and number of columns of the data frame. And next we will see the number of missing values in each column of training data. So for this, we are using xtrain.isNull function. and we are calling sum of the result, which will display the count of null values in xtrain dataset, and that will be stored in a variable missing value count by column. We will print the missing value count by column on the user screen where missing value count by column is greater than 0. Click on the cell and run the cell. You can see shape of the data frame is 1168 rows and 36 columns, and there are 4 features which contain missing values. Part A, here we have to answer the questions which are asked. Fill the line below. How many rows are in the training data? So using xtrain.shape, we identified that there are 1168 rows. So answer is 1168. Fill the missing fill in the line below. How many columns in the training data have missing values? So there are 3 features: mass, VR and area, lot frontage, garbage year built. So these are the 3 features which are having missing values, therefore count is 3. Next question, how many missing entries are contained in all the training dataset? Total number of missing values. So we have to add these 3 values, which will be the count of missing values. So 212 plus 6 plus 58 will give you the total missing values. This is the object which will be used to check our answers. So click on the cell and run the cell. You can see answers provided by us are correct. Part B, consider your answer above. What do you think likely the best approach to dealing with missing values? So we will check the part is correct. So why it is correct? Since there are relatively few missing entries in the data, the column with the greatest percentage of missing values is less than 20% of entries. We can expect that dropping column is unlikely to yield good result. This is because we would throwing away a lot of valuable data, and so imputing be likely to perform better. So by the result, we have concluded that out of all the data frames, only some of the rows contain missing value, and out of the total rows, they are less than 20%. So instead of dropping the particular feature or column, we will impute the values to get the new values and use that data frame for prediction. That was the conclusion for part B. In the next cell, we are creating the model. So for creating the model, we are creating score dataset function. For that, from sklearn and nsembl, we are importing random forest model, and from sklearn.matrix, we are importing mean absolute error. This mean absolute error will show us our accuracy of prediction. We are writing a function def score dataset. We will pass 4 argument as parameter: xtrain, xvalidate, ytrain, yvalidate. Inside this function, first we will create a random forest regression model. Using the previous video, we have understood that if number of estimators are 100, the model gives more accuracy. So we are using a keyword argument number of estimators is equal to 100 and random state is equal to 0, which will create a model of random forest regressor. We will fit the model on the training dataset, model.fit xtrain ytrain. We will predict the values on xvalidate dataset. So model.predict xvalidate, which will return us the prediction. Then we will apply mean absolute error function on the predicted value, compare them with the actual value to give mean absolute error. This function will create a prototype for creating a random forest model, fitting it to the training data, and checking the accuracy of that training data on validation data. We will apply various techniques for handling missing values and then see what is the mean absolute error of those techniques. Step 2. Drop the column with missing values and then check the accuracy of the model. So, to compute columns with missing value, we are writing a list comprehension function. So, understanding it in detail, for every column in xtrain.column, if xtrain.column is null any, this means if any of the column entry has a missing value, then that column will be used for creation of the list. That list will be stored in column with missing list variable. Using this column with missing list variable, we will remove those columns from the data frame. So xtrain.drop column with missing values, x is equal to 1, which will remove the complete column. xvalidate.drop column with missing value, x is equal to 1, will also remove the missing values from the validation set. So you have reduce xtrain, reduce xvalidate. Click on the cell and run the cell. Our answer provided is correct. We will check mean absolute error after dropping the missing values. So we will call score dataset function on reduce xtrain, reduce xvalidate, ytrain, yvalidate. This 4 argument will be passed, received by score validate function. It will create the model, fit the model, give the prediction, compute the mean absolute error, return the mean absolute error. As it is a print statement, this directly printed on the user screen. Click on the cell and run the cell. You can see mean absolute error is 17837. It means our value is off by, our prediction is off by actual value by a quantity $17,837. Next, we will check what happens if we apply imputation to our data set, and after imputation what is the mean absolute error, to see which model, whether it is having more accuracy or not. So from sklearn, for imputing values, we are importing simple imputer. We are creating the object of simple imputer. We are applying that, we are fitting that simple imputer object on the train data. After fitting the simple imputer object on the train data, which will fill the missing values, we are transforming the validation data by the same object. So by these two statements, we have imputed values in the trained dataset and validation dataset. By applying this simple imputer object, the column names are removed. To add the column names, the next two statement, imputed xtrain.columns is equal to xtrain.column will add columns to xtrain dataset. Similarly, xvalidate.column will add columns to imputed xvalidate.column. Click on the cell and run the cell to check our solution. Yes, solution provided by us is correct. Now we are computing mean absolute error after imputation. So we are calling the score dataset function. We are passing 4 parameters: imputed xtrain, imputed xvalidate, ytrain and yvalidate. These 4 arguments are passed as a parameter to score dataset function. In the score dataset function, we are creating the same model, fitting on the new data, predicting on the validation set, computing the mean absolute error and returning it. That value will be returned at the call point where it is directly printed on the user screen. Click on the cell and run the cell. The mean absolute error after imputation is 18062. What can be analyzed after seeing this result? So here mean absolute error was 17,000, near to 17,000. Here mean absolute error is near to 80,000. It is off by hundreds only. But you can say that after imputing the values, mean absolute error is higher. So removal of columns of the data frame resulted in a better model on validation set. Generating test prediction. Now we have the better model which says that when you remove the column, it is giving less mean absolute error that will be used for generating test prediction. So in the final set, you will use any approach you choose to deal with missing value. Once you have pre-processed the training and validation feature, you will train and evaluate the random forest model. Then you will pre-process the test data before generating the prediction that can be submitted to the competition. So part A, use the next code cell to pre-process the training and validation set data. Set the pre-processed data frame as final X train, final X validate. You can use any approach of your choosing here. In order for this step to marked as correct, you need to ensure the pre-processed data frame have the same number of columns. The pre-processed data frames have no missing value. Your final X train and Y train has same number of rows. The final X validate and Y validate has same number of rows. So we are pre-processing the features. Final imputer, we are using simple imputer. We are using the strategy as median for imputing the values. We are creating the object final imputer. We are fitting final imputer to the training data to create a new data frame final X train. This data frame does not contain missing values. Using the same object, we are removing the null values by imputing them by median. So final imputer the transform on validate data set. We remove the missing values by replacing them with median values. When you apply simple imputer, column names are removed. To add column names, we have next two statement. Xtrain.columns is equal to final xtrain.columns. Xvalidate.columns is equal to final xvalidate.columns. We have done the pre-processing wherein we have used simple imputer to put the values, and strategy used by us is median. So what is a median? When you sort the complete entries inside a column and select the middle value, that will be treated as a median and it will be used for filling up the missing value. But when the strategy is median, then after pre-processing we are fitting it to the model and giving prediction on the validation set. So random forest model, we are using keyword argument number of estimators is equal to 100 and random state is equal to 0 to create the object of random forest regression model, fitting it to the final X train and Y train. Model has learned the pattern, predicting the value on final validation set, storing the prediction and predict validate variable, computing mean absolute error on Y validate and predicted value. Click on the cell and run the cell. You can see the prediction will be near to 17,791. So your actual value will be off, your prediction will be off from the actual value by $17,791. This was done on the validation set, but we have to generate the prediction on the test set to submit it to the competition. So in part B, use the next cell to pre-process your test data. Pre-processing should be same as done to the validation data and train data. Make sure that you use a method that agrees with how you pre-process the training and validation data, and set the pre-processed test feature as final X test. Then use pre-processed test feature at the train model to generate test prediction predict test. In order for this step to be marked correct, you need to ensure the pre-processed test data frame has no missing values and final X test has same number of rows as X test. So we are applying the same imputer object to transform X test dataset. This will fill all the missing values with median and store it in a data frame final X test. We will create the model. Same model will be used, random forest regression model, to predict the value on final X test. This prediction are stored in predict test. We will check whether the code provided by us is correct or not. It is displaying correct. Now, for submitting your output to the competition, we are creating a new data frame. So using pd.dataframe function, what we are storing? We are storing ID of xtest dataset. So ID is stored as index. So xtest.index, column name will be given as ID. You have prediction in predict test variable. So sales price colon predict test, this column has a name sale price. So for a given index, what is the prediction? We are storing it as a data frame. This format will be given in the competition how is to be submitted, what column will be used as an index and what are the predictions to be provided. In this case they said that index column should be there and mean absolute error for all the columns is used for submission. So after having this data frame, that data frame is to be submitted as a CSV file. So using dataframe.toCSV function, we are converting this data frame to submission.csv file. Index is equal to false will not use ID and sales price as the feature name of the data frame. Is from the data frame only index and predictions are used. Column names are not used to create submission.csv file. So click on the cell and run the cell. You have created submission.csv file. Now you have to submit the result. So before submitting the result, you have to join the competition. So here you have to click on this link to go to the competition. Here you will have join competition button if you have not already joined the competition. If you have already joined the competition, then you have to you will get this button, submit predictions. So I have already joined this competition, therefore I am getting a button, submit prediction. So what you should do, return to this notebook, click on save version. So we are saving the version 1, save and run all. We are saving it. This will take some time for running all the cells and creating submission.csv file. After doing this step, we have to click on these 3 dots. So when you go to these 3 dots and click on it, you have an option open in viewer. So let the notebook process your result. After processing the result, you have to click on save version. After saving the version, you have to open the file in open in viewer. So we are opening it in viewer mode. Here on lower right hand side corner, you will see output label. Click on that output label and then you get the submit button. Click on this submit button to submit your prediction to the competition. You will, after submitting this prediction, so while submitting this prediction, you can give any name to your submission so that you can identify this was the submission given by us in submission description. Finally, we will click on submit. So you can see where your submission stands inside the competition. So view submission, here are your submission. You can see your submission on the leaderboard. So click on jump to your position on the leaderboard. Your name will be displayed along with your position. So you have Parag Dhawan, your position is 11171 and this is your 4th submission. So you can maximum do 30 submissions. So you have to iterate this model, refine this model and do the submission to update your position in the leaderboard. Closing this, close this file also. Moving back to the notebook, So here we have seen how to handle missing values and how to work on train, validate and test data to make your prediction, create a summation file and submit that summation file to the competition. That's for this video. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Do hit the subscribe button for more such technical content. See you in the next video.